Hello students, welcome to the online classes by Technocrats International School. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe at home. So today we are going to start with the computer class, and we will learn today how to define a computer, how a computer helps you do your work, and how does a computer processes your instructions and then gives you results or outputs. So let me draw a very simple diagram for your understanding of what a computer is. You all might have seen computers at your home, at your schools, and at various other places. So this is a very simple block diagram of a computer. This is the CPU. This is the monitor. This is the keyboard, and this is the mouse. I hope you all are already familiar with all these parts of a computer. Now let us try to understand that how to define a computer. A computer is basically an electronic machine or an electronic device. A computer is called an electronic device or machine because it runs on electricity. We need electricity for a computer to start and work. That is why it is called as an electronic device. And it also takes instructions as inputs and then processes those instructions and then gives us the desired result or outputs. For example, suppose you have to prepare an orange juice. We all drink different kinds of drinks and juices at home. So I'm giving you a very simple example that suppose we are using an orange to make an orange juice. We need the result orange juice. So what is the input? The input has to be some oranges, and then we need a juicer to prepare the juice, and then finally when this juicer processes the oranges, it gives you the desired output or the result, which is the orange juice. That means you gave some input, then the input was processed, and then you got the result or the output, which is the juice. I hope it is clear that a computer works like this. You need to give it some input, and in this case the input are the oranges, and then you need to process that input. So in this case the processor is the juicer, and then you need an output after processing the input. So that output is the orange juice. So this is how a computer works. A very simple working process and cycle of the computer: input, process, and then output. You all use computer for so many other things. We use computer for playing games, watching movies, listening to music, and so many other things like doing your homework at home, making your projects, and so many other things. So why do we use a computer for doing all these things? Because a computer works very fast. The speed of the computer is much greater than a human being. So we use computers for doing tasks that need to be done in a lesser amount of time. Also, a computer never makes a mistake. Human beings can make a mistake. If we are doing a calculation or an arithmetical sum or a problem of mathematics, we can make mistakes. But a computer never makes a mistake, and it does your work in just no time at all. But there is also a very important thing that you need to know, that a computer works on your instructions only. If you don't give instructions to the computer, it won't work. So the computer needs inputs from you, and then only it can process those inputs and give you the desired output. Right? So according according to all this theory, I hope it is very clear to you that what is a computer, how does it work, and it works only on your instructions, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so according to the book that we are going through right now, this is the Petabyte series of book in which we are going to study the first chapter, and the first chapter shows what is a computer, the diagram of a computer, and how a computer is used to do so many tasks like playing music, watching movies, doing your homework, projects, and so many other things. So if you all have got the books with you, you can go through them and see what it is showing. Now I will give you some other example also. We just saw this cycle with the help of orange shoes example. Now I am going to give you some other example with the help of which you will be understanding it in a much better way. Suppose you need to eat toast. All of you might be eating toast at your home in your morning breakfast or evening breakfast with milk or other things. So toast is something that you want to eat, and you know that a toast is prepared with the help of a bread. So bread is going to be the input, and to make a toast out of this bread you need a toaster. This can be an electric toaster, and then this toaster is a processor which is going to process this input given by you. So this toaster is the processor which will process the input bread, and then after processing this bread inside the processor will give you an output which is the toast that you wanted to eat. So I hope it is clear now that a computer works like this. This is the cycle in which a computer works. You take an input, you process it, and then you find your desired output. Okay, so this is all about how a computer works. Now we are switching on to something else. Now we are going to know that how many types of computers are there. So there are a lot of varieties in which you might have seen computers around you. For example, you are quite familiar with laptops and desktop computers. I will write it down here on the board for your convenience so that you easily see what I am talking about. Types of computers. The very first one that we are going to study today is the supercomputer. The second one is desktop computer. Third one is laptop. Fourth one is a tablet. The fifth one is your smart phone. These are all different varieties of computers. The first one being the supercomputer, as the name suggests, supercomputer. You all know what a superman is. We are normal, normal men and man. But now we are talking about a superman. That means a man with superpowers. Right? Similarly, there is a normal computer and there is a supercomputer. So, a supercomputer is a computer with superpowers. Now, what are these superpowers? These superpowers are that it has got a very high storage power. It can store huge amount of data in it. Okay, and the processing speed is very fast. It is very very fast. So we don't usually use supercomputers in everyday life. Supercomputers are used by scientists, they are used for research purposes, they are used by defense organizations like military, navy and air force. So this is where supercomputers are used. Then comes the desktop computers. Desktop computers are the ones that you have seen in your schools or everywhere around you. These are very easily available everywhere. So these are the desktop computers. The diagram that I just had drawn before this was the example of a desktop computer. And these desktop computers are friendly with you because you can easily use them and you can do so many things with them. For example, I just told you, you can listen to music, watch movies, play games, do your projects and homeworks and so many other things. And then comes the laptop. This laptop is also very familiar to you because your parents might be using laptops, your elder brothers and sisters might also be using laptops. So this laptop is very lightweight, it is very handy, you can easily carry it in your bag and go anywhere. So this is laptop. It is mostly used by people who go to office every day and they have to carry their laptops with themselves. So this is the third variety of computers that we have just understood. Then comes the fourth category of computers, which is the tablet. This tablet is very famous among small kids and youngsters like you. You people don't use laptops. This tablet itself has everything in it. It has its processor, it has the touch screen setup with the help of which you can type, you can use different apps on it, it has internet, it has an inbuilt camera in it and it does so many things for you. So it's very handy for you to study and watch videos related to your chapters and your textbooks. Okay, then comes the fifth category of computers, which is the smartphone. So the smartphone that you might be holding in your hand right now to watch this video is again a kind of computer. So you already know what a smartphone is. You are already every time there on your smartphone studying, listening to videos by your teachers and doing so many other things on that. So this is also a kind of computer, which is a very small one, an improvised version, and you don't need a mouse on it. It is a touch screen setup, so you can do things by just clicking your fingers, and it doesn't need a mouse. You can scroll through it and do your tasks. So this is all about today's lecture, in which we studied what a computer is, the definition of a computer, how does a computer work, and what are the types of computers. So I hope that this lecture was clear to you and you all understood it, and I'm just going to give you a very small summary in which you will be memorizing each and everything again. So the definition of the computer is, it is an electronic device that takes instructions from you, processes those instructions and then gives you the output. It works by taking inputs and then those inputs are being processed and then the processor gives you the output. And these are the 5 types of computers that you see. First one is the supercomputer, second is the desktop computer, laptop, tablet and smartphone. So I hope this class was clear to you all, and then we'll meet in the next class with the next chapter. Till then, please try to understand this video and you can ask your doubts on the WhatsApp group. Thank you.